Alright, let's face it, the war on public displays of Christmas nativities is dividing communities and diminishing the Christmas joy we grew up with. I, for one, am ready to see the nativity wars come to an end. So here's a 3-minute argument you can use to keep your community's lone nativity scene constitutionally displayed at your courthouse, your library, or your city square year after year. Let's begin with our nation's Capitol building. See that big dome? If you were to go inside the Capitol Rotunda and look up into the dome, you would find a painting called The Apotheosis of Washington. Pay very close attention to what I'm about to tell you, for this is the secret to keeping your community's public nativity display intact. Now for a quick definition of the term apotheosis. Apotheosis is the Greek word derived from two parts. First, apo means from, of, or out of, with the idea of being away from something near. When used as a prefix, apo usually means separation, departure, cessation, or completion. Second, theos was used by the Greeks to denote a god or divinity. Apotheosis, then, literally means of, from, or out of a deity. The transliteration simply means the deification of something or someone. In our case, the Apotheosis of Washington is a depiction of George Washington becoming a god. To help put the apotheosis in its proper context, let's first establish some facts. Fact 1. George Washington was a Mason. Fact 2. Freemasonry claims to be an imperfect replica of the ancient mystery religions. Fact 3. All the mysteries taught some sort of idea that man was part of the Divine One. The banner's phrase, out of many one, alludes to the return of George Washington to the Divine One. So, the banner helps define the context. In addition, George Washington is depicted holding out his right hand in a gripping fashion in front of an open book. You can see the same hand motion in this statue of Mr. Washington. This particular statue, which resembles the Greek god Zeus, who happens to be the object of worship in the Greek mysteries, can be found in the Smithsonian Institute. For those of you who are not familiar with Masonic rituals, the gripping hand is the hand that one raises another with. It is used when an initiate into the mysteries is symbolically raised from burial by a master into the kingdom of heaven. Now a god, Mr. Washington is the master extending his grip to raise other initiates into the kingdom of heaven. For those of you who need a reference, it can be found on page 640 of Albert Pike's Morals and Dogma of the Ancient and Accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. So there you have it, folks. For some reason, public displays of nativity scenes on government property, which depict the birth of Jesus or God becoming man, have been deemed unconstitutional as people fear they will lead to a government entanglement with religion. Meanwhile, Congress paid Constantina Brumidi $39,500 to adorn the ceiling of the Capitol Rotunda with a depiction of a man becoming a god. So I'll leave you with this final thought. How can it be unconstitutional for municipalities to display nativity scenes as long as the Apotheosis of Washington remains inside the Capitol Rotunda?